Okay, so this video is brought to you by Tyson Fury's Ferocity. Packs a real punch. No, one of the first things I like to do with a new modeler is try and dial in a jazz tone that I like. Now, the thing that's worked best for me and my favourite jazz tone that I've ever dialed in is with the Helix, and it involves a Vox AC30 and a Princeton, so it's like a dual amp thing. So I thought I'll try and dial this in with the Boss GX100, and in that intro there you would have heard me switching between the two presets. Let me know if you liked either of them, or if you can pick out which is which. I'll do the reveal in a minute, but I just want to show you how I dialed that in on the Boss GX100. A lot of what I read tends to be kind of negative things about the Boss amp modelling in general. The one downside for me is that the settings don't necessarily represent what is on an amp. It's kind of generic, whereas at least with the HX Stomp there are, you know, other settings that are on the amp, like cut or things like that on an AC30, which to me lets me know, you know, roughly where things are. And also some of the parameters go up to 120. That for me is a bit of a weird thing. That aside, I'll show you on the actual unit the settings. So the actual kind of signal path goes guitar, compressor, tremolo, which is I think a fairly big part of this, into the Vox AC30 or Vox or Diamond, whatever you want to call it, and also into a Princeton, kind of a dual amp split, and then into a reverb. So it's a really straightforward thing, so it shouldn't take too long to show you how to dial that in if you liked it. So I'll just say that I was really happy playing either tone. You let me know which you prefer. Let me know if either would work for you. I think for me personally, I was happy playing both tones. The Helix, this jazz tone up to this point, has been my favourite thing to play, and I really like the kind of pick attack of it, and the way it sustains. So it'd be difficult for me to kind of top it, but I did think that the Boss GX100 for me worked really nicely. There isn't a Princeton in there, so I used a deluxe reverb and the Diamond, so I think they are a Vox and a Fender style amp. Anyway, but yeah, let me know, does the Boss sound up to par there? In my opinion, I quite like that preset. Also, let me know, use the buy me a coffee link or something, or leave a comment letting me know that you want me to build these presets and put them somewhere, in case you got anything out of this. If you could like and subscribe too. Cheers. So just in case you liked that tone and you wanted to try and copy it, let me just show you now how I built it. The first effect here is the compressor, Boss Comp, sustain at 47, attack at 50, level at 80, and then tone at 0 and direct mix at 0. Then our trem settings, we've got the rate at 48, depth at 12, quite shallow, waveform 50, effect level 50, trigger on, rise time 0, direct mix 0, and there's a BPM 120 there, whatever that means, I'm not using it. Then we need to set the div to dual mode, and dynamic is off, and all that stuff is off. So it's just a straightforward dual split. On this amp I'm using the deluxe combo, which I guess would be a deluxe reverb. Gain at 20, level at 100, gain switch low, bass at 62, mids at 70, trebles at 65, presence off, solo switch off and solo level off. The resonance I've put up to +5, and I'm using my own IR there, JC Cab. You could use whatever you like, but let me know if you want me to drop these presets in, and I'll put that IR in if you want it. Then I'm using the Diamond amp, which I think is a Vox AC30, sorry. Gain at 15, so we don't want any breakup. Level at 84. The gain switch middle, bass at 61, middle at 50, treble at 60, presence at 16, and then the resonance at +10, and again that same IR. Then for the mix, you can see you've got stereo or pan left right, so I've gone for pan left and right, so we should have like a hard split, and then no spread or anything. That seems to add like delay between the two channels. And then the graphic EQ, we are doing a little bit of something. So I've got -2 dB at 250, and -12 at 16, and -2 at 8 kHz. This is to sort of imitate like a roll off, something like, you know, like a high shelf coming down. But then I've got the rev plus plate, time at 5 seconds, tone at +12, effect level at 39, density at 10, low cut, flat, high cut at 8 kHz, and I've increased the low damping, and the high damping is at -1, mod rate 50, mod depth at 15, and yeah, that's what we got going on. That's the preset. What can we do on the master, by the way? Some cool stuff. Anyway, so that's the settings. Leave a comment if that was at all helpful. I think you'll be able to do the same thing on a GT1000 or GT1000 core. I've got other videos breaking down the Helix preset if you check the channel. But yeah, feel free to like and subscribe. And device A was the GX100. Device B was the HX Stomp if you were interested. Thank you for stopping by. Cheers.